Then you try something different. Instead of asking another question, you grab a piece of paper. You write down your age, your job, your faith, your strengths, your weaknesses, your goals. Nothing emotional, just facts. Then you give this person a different name, a different country, a completely different life. And as you read the page back, something starts to feel different. Now, what I was setting up in that opening, the monologue I just read now, is do that exercise. Write down on a page all the facts about yourself, all the things you've achieved, your age, where you're from, your level of your ability to speak, the amount of people who've given you compliments, whatever it is. Like, just put facts down that like objective facts that you know about yourself. And then turn that into a character, give them a name, make them live like halfway across the world from where you live. And think about what you think about that person. And I know it's difficult because we live like in our heads, and I think that's where for me the compulsion to go and give my journals to AI to decode them or whatever came from that. It was like, cool, I see myself a certain way, but I want to see how the world sees me. Now, you don't go give your stuff to AI. It's not a good idea. But write on a list, on a page, write on the list of all the facts about yourself, everything that is just factually true that has happened, and then make that into a person and think about how you would view that person. It's not you; it's a different person now. How would you view that person? And just start to see how different. Whoa, kick my camera. Just start to see how different you would treat that person versus the way you treat yourself. Like, how much more lenient you'd be with that person than with yourself. How much more generous you would be with your view of them than you are with yourself. I mean, it gets to a point, man. Like, if you're somebody who, people compliment you on the way you dress, or like on the way you look, or whatever it is, surely at a certain point you're like, man, I'm not the ugliest thing to ever walk the face of this planet. Or people give you compliments on your personality or the kind of person you are. You're a great person to be around. Like, surely I'm not like the biggest loser in the world. Like, surely at some point the facts have to come to contention with the identity you've given yourself, because you confuse facts. Facts mean only as much as their utility in the story that you tell yourself, right? So you have this view of yourself, and we all have this view. Just the way we work as humans, we love stories. We love stories, and when we look at other people, we there's a story we tell ourselves about them. We get a new piece of information, and we're like, oh, maybe that's not the story. Maybe this is the story. And you get, the more kind of pieces you put together, the clearer the story becomes, right? But as a human being, you've got this mountain of evidence that happened, when you were younger. And here's the interesting thing: the evidence we consider like, oh man, these people treated me like this when I was younger. It means I am not chosen or whatever. So now I have to spend the rest of my life trying to make myself worthy of being loved or whatever the case is. A lot of these facts we tell ourselves from younger aren't actually true facts. And this isn't just me making some crazy statement. Like, it is actually true from people who study memory. Your your memory isn't accurate. It's not built to be accurate. That's not how the human brain works. It's not supposed to be accurate. It's supposed to help you move towards becoming a specific person, I guess, if I can put it that way. Um, but go do the research on it. It's so true. Like, the memories you have, like, you have this memory in your mind of like when you were 8 and this person said this one thing to you, and then you know this thing happened and everyone saw, and oh my gosh, you were like the most embarrassing person that day, and everyone was looking at you and whatever. And it's like, if you actually go chat to somebody who was there, if you're able to do that, I'm just using an example, that's probably not what happened. Maybe somebody did say that thing, but maybe it wasn't, as blown up as you said it was. And that's just how our memory works. But the point I'm trying to get at here is that as we were younger, we'd get these facts, let's call them, right? And we have this kind of picture we have of ourselves. Oh, this person said this person did this, oh, this happened to me, whatever. And a lot of those things just keep accumulating. You build this iceberg, right, of evidence towards who you are, and you start to tell yourself a story based on that. And the way it works, as far as I can see it, is that as you get older, the facts aren't so much determining the story you tell yourself as much as the story you tell yourself is determining how much the facts matter. So if you grew up telling yourself, man, I am undesirable, people only like me if I can offer something, but the moment I stop, they stop caring about me. When you get older, you might get evidence that contradicts that assertion. Like maybe somebody actually cares about you, but you just disregard it because it doesn't fit the story you've grown up telling yourself. And then whenever something happens that seems to fit that category, you're like, oh, you see, this is exactly what I meant. This is true. This is what I meant. People don't care about me. They only care about what I have to offer or whatever it is. The moment somebody shows you some kind of, I guess, affection, not based on anything you've done, you're like, oh, maybe they're just being nice, or that's just who they are, or whatever. You start fitting the facts into the story you tell yourself, and you disregard that because it contradicts the story you tell yourself, and then you take that and you hold it dear because it reinforces the story you've been telling yourself. And I think that's why it's just important to actually do that exercise. Just write down the facts about yourself, make it a different person, and see the way you would treat that person, and then maybe you stop caring so much about the things that you care about as much as you do. Like it's the reason we care about all these things isn't really just because we care about the things. It's because we're looking for evidence to, or either reinforce or destroy a story that we've been telling ourselves. And we spend your whole life doing this thing, and then it becomes crazy because now anytime evidence comes that gets you are actually looking for, you disregard it because it's not absolute enough. And then one day you're going to get that evidence, and then you're going to disregard it for another reason. And it's just such a sad state of of living as a human, I guess. It's a sad part of the human brain, I guess. But you read through the list again, and you realize there's nothing on the page that says you're unlikable, nothing that says you'll always be behind, nothing that says you'll never become the man you want to be. Those things were never facts. They were stories. Stories you repeated so often that they started sounding like truth. And for the first time, you meet yourself without years of insecurity introducing you first.